It's an old building that's been here since about 1910. And I imagine I'm probably one of the longest occupants of the building, 18 and a half. Yeah. I moved in here July of 1999, July 1st, 1999. I do know some of the people that Dragon Hill took it, I'm not sure exactly when, but somewhere after they opened, so we opened in 89, and somewhere during that time they took over responsibility for this building. And there was times when it was used as a distinguished visitors quarters, and then it was also used for quarters for people who were living here. It was always housing. Yeah, it was two separate, like a hotel rooms. They call DVQ for people here temporarily, for high-ranking people. And then it was taken over by the person who was the assistant GM of the hotel. That made it one building, and then it was taken over after that person left, by the chief engineer and the chief of security, which they divided it in half again. And then when we moved in, they made it a single building again. It's about 1,400 square feet, which I think Pyong is like 37, 38 Pyong.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a yard, and yeah, it's always been very peaceful up here and very nice and quiet. The interior was renovated, and the roof was replaced. Well, we've been here. Yeah. As far as the walls and the roof and everything, it's all the same as it was. Yeah. So like the interior, the ceiling, as you've seen the pictures, is, instead of being 2x4s, it's hewn log. And actually, we were just in Japan, and we stayed in a more than 100-year-old farmhouse, and it was the same construction. Very similar, yeah. Yeah, and actually the pictures, somebody was talking to me about the pictures they saw of this, and they said you could see the electrical wires and the insulators, the white. Although I believe that's not the current power system in use. I hope. I've heard they've had many problems on post with that, and we believe that brick was made at the brick factory. That's now where the elementary school. Yeah, I would. That's just an assumption, but I think it's a safe assumption. The windows were replaced shortly after we moved in, so like about 2000, 2001. So it's still the same. The doors were never replaced. I believe they were replaced during but they weren't replaced during my occupation of the property. In fact, we just did the bathrooms last August, a year ago August.
Okay.
So the bathrooms and the carpeting was redone again. The bathrooms were not redone after I moved in, and so they were getting in bad shape.
Yeah,
but the rest of the building was. You know, it's kind of like living at home in America. You know, if you look around, especially on the weekend when there's no traffic, it's very quiet here. It's like a suburb. Very luxurious for a soul, no doubt. You know, they just took all the leaves away this morning. I thought all the leaves were going to be out because it kind of looks neat. Yeah, that's a cherry blossom tree. So the pictures I take from up there on top of the hill down towards the building. The brick we found, but that we bought, and there's a couple more stones around here. Yeah, we found that here.
NK.
What I miss the most with? Well, it's the peaceful and the quietness. It's allowed me to stay here as long as I have. And even though my previous house was in Union Village, it was also very peaceful and quiet. And we were at the point then, and this was '99, so this was we were here 10 years, and we thought, oh, that's long enough. Yeah. It's over 28 years. I hit 28 years at the 1st of November. And I came for a 2-year contract. The hotel was brand new. Yeah, I was an opening member.
So you were literally the first baker?
Yeah, pastry chef.
A pastry chef.
Pâtissier.
Yeah, pâtissier.
Yeah, I developed all the programs. Yeah, what they told me is that Koreans don't eat pastry, they don't eat bread. Yeah, they said, oh, you're wasting your time. Yeah, it's really changed. Yeah. We've had a couple guys that opened their own bakeries that went out. One of the guys is a cookie company, and they sell the cookies at the department stores. His name is Mr. Park. I think one of the most important things I've done is I've had 2 employees that they worked for me at the hotel, and they've gone on to get their American citizenship. And there's a program that if you've worked for USFK as a Korean national citizen for 15 years, you're eligible to get a green card. And so, actually, I've had 3 people. 2 of them went with that program, and the 3rd guy just got on his own and was able to get a citizenship. So, and one of them just visited me 2 weeks ago, right before I went to Japan. Yeah. So, And here are guys younger than me who had young kids who really took a huge chance to, leave their families and their country and go, and they're making a go of it. They're doing okay. Yeah, that's a Dalmatian. He's noisy.
Unfriendly?
Yeah, that's how they are. The Golden Retriever came from California.
Okay.
The Dalmatian was the dog that was the mascot for the fire department. Traditional, I don't know about other countries, but in the U.S., they have Dalmatians as their mascots. Because before there was equipment, when there was horses, the Dalmatians would run in front and keep the horses safe. They were very protective. So this dog, the reason he's barking, he's protecting the Golden Retriever. We've had him for 3 or 4 years, but she still does a little work with the schools, and when they have fire prevention week and stuff like that,
Oh, wow.
she'll still bring them over there.
So
With the
it's
fire
part of
department
the
and the fire
test.
trucks, and
Nice.
well, this Thursday they're doing Thanksgiving at the fire department, and they do every year. And so my wife usually makes a ham and brings the dog over, and they hang out with the firemen. And
Nice.
yeah,
It's
but he knows the firemen very well. In fact, he knows when the fire trucks are going by. The Dalmatian is a bit. He'll be aggressive with you. Yeah, you have to let him approach you. I'm not the handler. My wife's the handler. The Dalmatian is very protective of the Golden Retriever.
Oh, I see.
There's been times when we've walked them together, like going out into town, and of course, many people here have never seen a Dalmatian before. And so right away they go, and he lunges right at their face. So we haven't walked them out there in a number of years. Hey.